Hi, in this episode of Redneck 101, we're going to talk about how we caught those huge alligator gar in the Gulf of Mexico, of all places. And our favorite place to fish in the Gulf of Mexico when we're surf fishing is actually on the beach in southwest Louisiana.
There is a Redeemer, Jesus, God's own Son, precious Lamb of God, Messiah, Holy One.
And it's south of Lake Charles. Let me zoom in for it here so you can see it. And just to orient you a little bit, this is Sabine Pass here, and this is Calcasieu Pass, Cameron and Holly Beach. This is Rutherford Beach over here. Johnson Bayou and Little Florida are in this area here. So let's zoom in a little more so y'all know exactly where we were. Alright, to orient you now on the zoomed in picture, this is Calcasieu Pass, this is Holly Beach, this is where Highway 27 comes down to meet the Gulf Highway, and the spot where we were is right here. There's a restored beach between Holly Beach and Calcasieu Pass, and we drove as far as we could on the Gulf Highway until the elbow starts and you start getting further away from the beach. So we parked about right here and just hauled our stuff out to the restored beach. And it was a nice day in May. We had had a south wind for about 3 days in a row. So the swells were too big out there to fish comfortably for a boat. And the surf had also stirred up the mud, the water, so it was very muddy. There's a lot of silt in the Gulf of Mexico off of Louisiana, so you get a south wind for a couple of days and everything's muddy. So we had our usual redfish fishing rigs, which are 12-foot ugly sticks with Shimano Sphero 6000 reels with 65-pound Power Pro. But since it was muddy conditions and we were using cut mullet for bait, we used a steel leader rather than our usual monofilament leaders, because we prefer steel leaders with cut bait, and we're using cut mullet because we catch the occasional shark and we don't want the sharks breaking off. They just bite through the monofilament leaders that we prefer in the clear water. And we were using a 7/0 Gamakatsu Octopus J hook with the cut mullet. Anyway, so we just cast them out in the surf. We usually have 4 surf rods sitting along the beach, and the PVC rod holders, you know, you wade out waist deep into the water, you cast them as far as you can, you walk back to the beach, set it in the PVC rod holder, and usually when one of the rods bends over, whoever's turn it is reels it in, and it's a bull redfish. I mean, we catch tons of bull redfish in Louisiana fishing like this. So that's what we thought we had when the rod bent over, and I grabbed the first one and I'm reeling them in, and my brother walks out there with a net knee deep or so to net it, and man, you should have seen him jump. I mean, almost like Jesus walking on the water. He got out of the Gulf of Mexico quickly because he saw what it was and it scared him. And eventually we got it close enough to net without a great big bit of difficulty. And then a few minutes later, another one bent over, and this time my brother's reeling it in, and it's my turn to be the net man. I was a little more careful to have a good look at it and see what it was before I ran out there with the net. But we got both of them, 5 feet alligator gar in the Gulf of Mexico, surf fishing with cut mullet. That was a fun day.
I tremble at the thought of Judgment Day. Lord, I am not ready. Please don't return just yet, for all my sins are put away. My cross is on the floor and I would burn.